But let me tell you, this was the craziest of the crazy. And I got a little irritated, I got to tell you, and I'm pretty patient. You know, it's usually Blue Ridge Mama that gets irritated. Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth. Flipper, welcome to the Commonwealth cabin. Thanks for joining us today. Hope you guys are having a great day. We sure are. And you know, it's after Christmas, so that means two things. First thing it means is there's no more Christmas tree over there. And if you check it out, I had to put something here. There's just an empty space. I need to find something. I should have put that Simplify right there, actually. It would have fit better. But I don't know. We're gonna have to find something for right there. And of course, the other thing that it means is it is the season for returns. And I tell you, they come in threes. Well, I had two come in before Christmas, and I didn't mention them. Well, I shouldn't say that. One of them I knew wasn't ever going to come in. They did a return request. They clearly were fishing for a refund on a big electronic item, and it's never going to show up. I can already tell. It's been like, I don't know, almost a couple of weeks already. Nothing at all. I don't think they're ever going to send it back because I don't think there's anything wrong with it. The other item actually was my fault. Well, it's kind of I guess it was my fault. It was a camera lens that had a little notch taken out of it that I didn't even know needed to be there. At any rate, I don't know much about cameras anyways. And so this person, they were really nice about it. I'm like, hey, just send it back. Not a big deal. And we refunded them the money. Now I had the third one, the final shoe drop, you know, always in threes. Am I crazy? I mean, I would say 90% of the time, if I get one return, there's two more coming within the next week. But let me tell you, this was the craziest of the crazy. And I got a little irritated, I got to tell you, and I'm pretty patient. You know, it's usually Blue Ridge Mama that gets irritated with me. But, you know, stuff just rolls off my back. Well, this one got a little bit under my skin, and I got to tell you the story. And then I got to tell you how the whole thing ended, because it ended in a way that I didn't think was going to end at all. Reading the first couple of messages. I'm not going to make you wait too long. We're going to do maybe 2-3 sales today. And then I'm going to talk about this return because it's still kind of getting on my nerves a little bit. First one is a when in doubt, parted out item. And when you can get a lot of items in a big bundle and figure out what they are, you can usually make a bunch of money with a little bit of work. And I absolutely love doing that with Fisher Price Little People. And you can kind of figure out, if you can figure out a couple of the sets that you have, then figuring out the pieces in the set are a little bit easier. And I had incomplete sets here, but I got this thing dirt cheap, just absolutely dirt cheap for a whole bin of this stuff. And I just started parting it out, and I've sold a few things. This ladder, I believe it comes from two things, actually. They use it in two different things. I think this was the Sesame Street ladder. Pretty sure that's what this was from. Not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure. It's the 938, the number 938. And that thing sold for 20 bucks, $20. So that's pretty cool. Probably just a piece of cardboard and then put it inside one of these right here. Actually, I'm not sure that's even gonna fit, to be honest with you. It isn't. So we'll get a bigger one, a couple of pieces of cardboard, slide it into the bigger one and put it in there. Yeah, we're gonna have to get the bigger one. And it'll be fine. I mean, this thing's hard. You probably just stick it in there like that and it'd be fine. But I'm going to put a little cardboard above, cardboard beneath, and then put it in the slightly bigger bubble mailer. Had Bubba's girlfriend, my oldest boy's girlfriend, go through some video games for me, paying her a little bit of money. And she went, let me move this out of my way so I don't hurt myself. And she found some games out of this lot. I'm like, just pull the ones that we can make like 10 bucks plus shipping on. Or maybe just 10 bucks period. And the rest are going to end up in the booth. And this one was a surprise. An Xbox 360 game, NK17, 2K, excuse me, NBA 2K17. I didn't think it'd be a good one, but she pulled it out and she's like, yeah, I'll go for 10 bucks plus shipping. I'm like, okay, cool. So we listed it $10 plus shipping on that one, part of a huge lot that I paid next to nothing for. Every time I turn my camera off, my phone keeps buzzing. There's 2 or 3 auctions ending. A lot of our 12 days of Christmas auctions kind of ended after Christmas, you know. And so we're sending that stuff out. I think 3 of them, 2 of them will be on today's show, and then 1 more will probably be on the next one. So just really quick, because we're going to kind of sum those up in early January here. Just want to say thank you to everybody. I don't have a total of money that went to all different charities, but between what you guys gave, what we gave, it's amazing to me. Even surpasses last year's amount. So thank y'all very much. All right, let's do one more before I talk about these returns. or this return, I guess. I already told you about the other two. This one's been sitting up here for a while. Paid a couple bucks for it at a sale, I think with my wife last year. Didn't get around to listing it. And it wasn't huge. We were just kind of having fun out there and trying to find a few things that were worth it. And I picked this up, didn't even comp it or anything. I'm like, it's sealed, you know, whatever, it'll sell. Well, it wasn't very good. But a couple bucks, sold for $12 plus shipping. And think about it. We will make more profit on this. We'll make like, what'd I say, 19 free ship. So we'll say $3 in fees for 7. We'll make like, we're into this for pennies. So we'll make like $12 profit on that. And we'll make more like $7, $8 profit on that. Which would you rather do? I tell you what, I'd rather do that all day long. All right, y'all, gotta bear with me a little bit here because I'm gonna read some of this. I'm gonna try to post some of it on the screen so you can see it. And if I can remember to transfer it over to the to the other phone when I do my editing. First of all, let's get a couple things here straight, and then I'm gonna give you some context, and then I'm gonna tell you about this return. So first, you know, I've been doing this a long time. I've been doing it over 20 years now. Returns are a part of the business. I get that. Normally this stuff just no big deal whatsoever. It's just, hey, you just do it, move on. I try to keep it down, you know, limited. I've only ever had returns for a month like over 2%, like one time. That's it. It's usually under 2%, sometimes under 1%. I can handle that all day long. But, you know, life happens and sometimes strange things occur. So check this one out. So here's the context here. You know, I'm a history teacher, so, you know, text without context is air. You always got to do that. The item that we're talking about, you may remember it. It's a pair, I said it was Reagan's boots. They were actually Reagan's snow boots from I don't know how long ago. Probably a while ago, and you'll see why in a minute. And they were pink with like fur around the top, fake fur around the top, okay? So it's not like this is a, you know, an item that's mass produced that we have multi-quantities of. Second thing is we're sitting at the kitchen table. Me and my I'm sitting at the kitchen table. She was standing up in the kitchen when I told her this. And I blamed it on her. Let's just face it. I got this message and something was wrong and I blamed it on her. Which, guys, if you're married out there, you know it's probably not a good idea, even if it is her fault. It's probably just a better idea just to forget it and move on. Here's the message, and I read it to her, of course. Reason for return, wrong item sent. Which, of course, you know, I do most of the shipping, but she helps me, so, you know, that would be my fault, right? I ordered a size 7 and received a size 1. I was very careful in selecting as my children have not worn a size 1 in many years. Okay, have not worn a size 1 in years. All right, so immediately it goes from being my fault, wrong item sent, to we don't have multiple items here. I mean, how many pink boots, you know, with fur around the top do we have back here? I didn't pull the wrong item, right? So it must have been a problem with the listing, and occasionally we do that, you know? Occasionally you go in and you steal a listing and you forget to change a size, either in the title, the description, or the item specifics, which is why it's always important to go check those item specifics. Make it part of your routine if you're doing list similar, sell similar. All right, next part of the story is, of course, I reply and I'm like, hey, you know, I'm sorry, we must have made a mistake in the listing. You know, we do free returns, you know, feel free to send them back. We'll send you a refund. And, you know, let that be that, except for that's not going to be that, because I've now told my wife she was wrong. And she was gracious, you know, she said, I'm sorry, you know, whatever. She goes in the living room, she's eating her breakfast, and she says, hey, I didn't make a mistake. This listing's right. It says in there, it says the title is a size 1. The description says is a size 1, and the item specific says size 1. I'm like, okay, the picture even is of a shoe that's size 1 because it's a size 1. So now I go back and I write another message. And of course, we're going to do the return because I do free returns on anything because they have the wrong size. It was their fault, but they have the wrong size. Now, I wish I'd known that from the get-go because I'm not going to pay for the original shipping on something that they made a mistake on. I would if it was my mistake. I'll cover all the costs. But if it's their mistake, they want to return it, they need to eat the cost of the shipping at the very least. So in the message, I basically said, hey, you know I said we do a return. I'll do the return. I'll absolutely do that. We do that. You know, we let people return things. But I just wanted you to know that there was no mistake on our end, that the listing clearly says that it's a size 1, not a size 7. I figured I'd sit down so I'm a little bit less animated here. This is what got me. This is I'm like, okay, no big deal. And then my wife gets upset because I shouldn't have told her it was her fault. Although I would have never got to the bottom of it if I wouldn't have done that, because she went on there and looked, but which I should have done from the get-go, right? All right, here's the response to this. You know, not like I'm going to go look at the listing and, you know, see if what you said is right, whatever. Thank you. I feel confident that I checked this twice. Thank you for the refund. Will the directions for returning the item be sent via eBay? I have packed the item already. So it's ready to ship, you know, done the return, whatever. Like, okay. So clearly they didn't go back and look, which, you know, I didn't to begin with either. And they're like, hey, you know, you're wrong. Not just the first time, but now you're still wrong. I checked this. I'm careful. You know, my kids are a long way from a size 1. I'm kind of ad-libbing a little bit here, but you get the point. And so now I'm like, I don't care. It's $15 plus shipping. I could care less. Well, I mean, I could care less, but it's about the principle at this point. I just want her to say that she's wrong so that I didn't get out of hot water with my wife. When it's not entirely true, but it's helpful. And then, you know, I hear nothing for a long time. Nothing at all. You know, the return's going through. She's going to return the item. She got the label ready to go and everything. I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, oh, well. All right. Well, we'll just go with it, and I won't mention anything. All right, but I was surprised. I saw a reply much later on, but the reply just cracked me up. And the reply is, you know, why don't you send me the refund here? We'll just do the refund. But I'll sell the item and send you the money. How about I try to sell them and send you the proceeds? Like, oh, my goodness gracious. So whatever. At that point, I just replied back. I'm like, you know what? Just go ahead. At that point, they realized it was their mistake, right? They didn't admit it because, you know, we don't like to admit things, right? Although I have learned to apologize early and cut my losses. I learned that a long time ago. And that's what I did. I'm like, hey, forget it. Just keep it. I'm going to send you the refund. You go find somebody who needs some pink fur-lined boots for the wintertime, and you give them to that person. Haven't heard back from them yet. So I want to hear your crazy return stories. Let's put a limit on it. Let's say in the last calendar year. Your craziest return story in the last year. Put those in the comments below. Since we're talking about coffee, just wanted to point it out, and I've already said this before, but I'm going to say it again because these folks down here are great people, and they donate a portion of their proceeds to one of the local shelters down there, and every single, it's one of the reasons we did this, is part of the proceeds up here, it's going to go to help people like you. Or not people like you, cats like you. Because if you don't know, Pepper was rescued along with all of our cats. Like either from the woods or down by the bridge. And so we're doing that. And every sale out of the CommonwealthPicker.com store, $1 from every single sale goes to not just this one. We have 3 different charities, and there's no cat here anymore. Sold 2 more of the Gary V books. I thought it'd take me forever to sell these things off. I mean, I'm selling them at a loss, but I thought it'd still take me a long time. One went to a viewer, and one didn't. So $8 plus shipping on these, and one went to Ivan. So Ivan, thank you. Appreciate it. Hope you enjoy it very much, and hopefully have a wonderful new year. And 2 more headed out, $7.99 plus shipping. Next one came from that Gastonia yard sale. What was that one called? The Making a Scene at This Garage Sale, something like that, with Paul down there in North Carolina. And I picked up all those bras for $1 a piece. Brand new with tags, Victoria's Secret bras, $1 a piece. This one went out the door for over 30 all in. And, you know, I don't know. There you go, brand new with tags. What does it say? $72.95. And I'm like, for $1, I've got to get at least 25 bucks for these things, right? And this is a plain Jane one right here. And it sold for $30.50, something like that. I can't remember. But I got to read you this title. All right, here you go. It's Victoria's Secret 34B Bombshell Miraculous Super Push-Up Bra Adds 2 Cups. New with tags. Who knew? Did it? Oh, it's 32 plus shipping, y'all. 32 plus shipping. For a moment, I thought those went to a viewer, but the next one on the list went to a viewer. I don't know. Would you buy a bra? Somebody said, give me a shout out for this, this bra that adds 2 cup sizes. But no, of course not. Sheila didn't buy the bra. She bought these pants. That's slightly less boring, or slightly more boring there. Petite legging. That's the thing, you buy clothes, you know. I'm talking about sizes. Maybe some people don't want their size. Well, if you're petite, I guess you don't care. Leggings, and I don't even know what they are. My wife must have Old Navy. I have no idea where they came from. Well, I know where they came from, but why we have them. They sold brand new, of course, $14.95 plus shipping, and Sheila just wanted to say that she loves this shed. She says we have the cutest shed. Cute, you know. It reminds me of Bull Durham. I like quotes, if you haven't figured it out. Kevin Costner tells Susan Sarandon she's cute, and she gets all mad. Or was it? No, it wasn't Costner. It was Ebby Cowan tells him. Says, you're cute, and he's like, I don't want to be cute. Baby ducks are cute. I want to be exotic and mysterious. So I guess we'll take cute for the cabin. Another video game sale back there. Thank you, Erica. Appreciate it. She's been listing video games for us. It's really cool since I'm trying to focus on some big stuff here pretty quick. And those records. Where the heck is it? Oh, here it is. Grand Theft PS2. This went for $14.95, I think. San Andreas. I used to live way, way too close to the San Andreas fault. But $15 for that one. Look, see, I'm going to take quick pictures of these real quick. And I'm working through records. Records are a pain in the butt, y'all. Unless you have, you know, good ones, of course. But I bought some huge totes at the 100 Mile Yard Sale, and I never got through them. Paid like 20 bucks a tote. And it was probably 3 times this much. And I was just figuring, you know, 1 or 2 good records, pay for the whole lot. And I found this many that were sellable, between like $8 and $15 plus shipping. And some of them I'm going to lot together in bigger lots. But it's a lot of work, though. You got to look them all up. You got to picture them all. It takes a little while to ship them. But I definitely have to get through these before the spring, because I like to buy them. They're pretty cool. I know there's something else I wanted to talk about, and I just remember when I turned the camera on, you know, I'm the when in doubt, parted out guy, because you make more money. But sometimes, you know, the money you can get out of lotting something up is pretty good. You know, there's a bunch of these games you're going to make $1 or $2 if you decide to sell them at all on eBay, and it's not worth it. So I usually put them in my antique booth. But sometimes you get a lot of games in the same type genre. They're not all the same, but close. The same type of person might play them. You know, this one's going to sell by itself, so will this one probably. But the rest of these will go in a lot. And this was tough. You know, Monsters, that sells on its own. But there's so many other Sesame Street ones. I'm like, do I want to sell that one and then lot these together? You know, look, there's even an Anne Murray one. Where is it? Look at that. I like Anne Murray. Guilty pleasure. Anyway, sometimes you got to lot things up, even though I'm still the when in doubt, parted out guy. Another one of our 12 Days of Christmas auctions. I don't remember where this one went to, too. I've got to go look at the listing to see. Another one of Kristen's mugs. Handmade, all original, kind of one-of-a-kind stuff. Absolutely love these. This is a picker mug. This one went to Bruce. Half the money's going to a charity, Bruce. You can go look in the comments and figure it out. We've been watching your videos for 1.5 years now. I'm sorry, y'all. I just get confused. There's so many different things going on. And sometimes I go on and look before, and sometimes I don't. Been watching your videos for 1.5 years now. We're fairly new at reselling, or at selling. Following your advice and sales. Don't buy Tupperware. Don't buy ashtrays. It's bad advice. Bad advice. We earned our top seller rank. Awesome. Merry Christmas to your family. And this is, let's see, No Rest Pickers. Bruce Paula from Athens, Ohio. Awesome. Hopefully you enjoy the mug. And I don't remember if this was included or not, but I'm going to put one in there if it wasn't. A little ornament. There I go, cheating again. How sweet is that hat? I kept one for myself. And a viewer bought this because it was accidentally listed in the Homeschool Hustle Store, Turner Store. Brand new with tags. This one sold for $21. Oh, something on it. A little dust. And Mike, I think, Staten Island Pickers on eBay. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And that is headed your way. All right, I got to tell you, I caught some flack for this one, y'all. This a North Face jacket. It's a kid's size. I don't know. It's 14, 16, right? And it's black on black, right? It's about as, you know, unappealing as you could have a North Face jacket. And, you know, it's got the brand name. It's not as good as it used to be, but it still does okay. It's got a hood. Everything's in good shape. And I was at a sale, and the lady's like 10 bucks. And I'm like, really nice lady. You got an elderly lady right next door. We just had a great conversation, and I'm just like, I can't pay $10. I mean, I could, but I didn't tell her that. But I'm thinking people are going to watch this and yell at me. And that's exactly what happened. People watched and yelled at me because I offered $5. I'm like, hey, you know, I can do $5 on this if you don't want to do it. I get it. You know, she's like, that's a $50 debt. Well, okay. But I knew this was not going to be a quick seller. And at $10, I wasn't going to make any money. And it sold for $19 plus shipping. I got it for $5. She gave it to me, and we bought a bunch of other stuff. So, you know, at that price, I'm making over $10. But, you know, at $10, I'm making $5, $6. Not really worth it, so. Anyway, I shouldn't say that. I sell stuff and make that all the time, but you get the point. So $19 plus shipping. Here's another one that I thought was going to be very unappealing, and it really kind of is, but it's in great shape, and it has a hood as well. Liberty University, but it's online, and it's plain. You know, like, you know, I'll pay a couple bucks for it. It's sold for $26 plus shipping. So I was pretty happy with that sale. Picked this one up, I think for $3. Maybe they're asking $5. I grabbed it for $3. And it was worth it for sure. Big, it's 3X. And it's Majestic, which is a great name. You know, I was a baseball player and a coach for, well, my whole life since I was like 5 until last year. And Majestic is the brand name of, it's the official brand of Major League Baseball. At least it used to be. Maybe it's not anymore, I don't know. And so it's a basketball shirt, sweatshirt, and it's in great shape. $22.50 plus shipping. We'll make like 16 bucks profit. All right, figured I'd do one of these 12 Days of Christmas auctions. I'm trying to think what this one went to. I get confused. There's 3 today, so I figured I'd do this one. Maybe, Barry, you can tell me what this one went to. I can go back and look in the... I put it in the description where half the money's going to. I put it... Sometimes if it's going to a particular charity that's listed on eBay, we just do it right there on eBay. So, sorry I don't have the answer, but you can go look in the old listing. At any rate, here we go. Barry from Flipping Daytona Beach. So we appreciate you. You've always been around being supportive here, so I appreciate it. Just want to say have a Merry Christmas to your family and have a Happy New Year. And by the way, I love my Bad Cat coffee. It's really good. So let me tell you, it really is. The blend, the Commonwealth Kitty blend is really, really good. And I love coffee, y'all. I don't often talk about it, but it's what kept me going for a lot of years. I'd get up at 6 in the morning and I'd go teach. You know, I'm a night owl. I stay up all night long. And I mean, I would run on sometimes 3 hours of sleep, you know, 4 maybe. And start my day, teach all day, come home, do eBay, do YouTube, and I just didn't require that much sleep. But you know, you're still tired, and that coffee just kept me going. And this is good coffee. First thing I do in the morning, this is good coffee. So Pepper did a good job, and Jeff and Tracy. And the travel mugs are cool too, and they're not the one-of-a-kind Kristen ones, but I use that one, and I love the slim one. So give me some feedback. If you got it, do you like the mug? Do you like the travel mug? Do you like the coffee? Appreciate it. And badcatcoffee.com, code Commonwealth, all caps. You get 10% off. All right, Turner, before I forget here, I want to give a thank you to Sarah and Sherry. They didn't leave a message, but I'm thinking they might be viewers. And Courtney, Robin's Nest, definitely left a message. And she wanted to buy that Caillou right there. Check out Caillou. Do you know Caillou?
Kind of. Yeah,
kind of, a little bit. You know who used to watch Caillou all the time? Bubba. And he's like 19 years old now, huh?
Yeah, he's 19 years old.
He used to watch Caillou. Whiny little Caillou. Anyway, we used to watch that all the time. But you never watched it. Thank goodness. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
And let me see what that sold for. That Caillou sold for $11.16. It was on sale. Plus shipping. And she says that her son, who I think she said is 23 years old, used to watch that show. So, anyway. And you sold some other stuff here. Secret Life of Pets. Do you remember these names?
So, Chloe.
Chloe.
I don't know. Duke and Chloe.
Mel. That's right. And so these all 3 went out. They're selling, we're on 30% off of these 2, trying to clear them out. And at this point, when you hear this video, that will be shut down, I think. We're done with it. So, no more sales on that store. We are going to move all this stuff over to the Commonwealth Picker store on eBay. And so it's selling for like $6.25, something like that. But back on the other store, it'll bump it back up to like $8, I think is what we're asking. And definitely enough for you to do what?
Save $1, spend $1, and donate $1. Bye.
All right, we got some sales. CommonwealthPicker.com. Sophie's here because she thinks that the Fat Cat Fish Treat is here.
Oh, she wanted to come with us.
The animals are coming in here way more often than they used to because they smell that treat in here, don't they? Yeah. We got the heater on too because it's a little chilly. All right, Reagan, you got a bunch of shirts that sold. We sold one of the last sizes, I think, of the yellows are getting down. Everything's getting down there. We still haven't decided on any merch stuff yet. Just waiting. I guess we need to take care of it soon, don't we?
Yeah.
All right, I'll read the names since you're preoccupied there with Sophie. Sophie been a good dog lately?
Yeah.
So give me my Fat Cat treats. All right, Katie. And she's from California, not really, outside of Sacramento, I guess. Quite a bit north of where I was born, Hanford. Jason, Daniel's from the UK, United Kingdom, and Tracy and Jeff. Oops, I dropped my clipboard. And Tracy and Jeff. And this is Jeff right here, y'all. That's Bad Cat Coffee Company, Jeff. Say, did you know Santa Claus owned Bad Cat Coffee Company? Did you know that? Yeah.
Thank you.
And Mrs. Claus owns it too. So thank you, Tracy. She bought a couple of shirts, one for him, one for her. I think Santa Claus next year should dress up in a Commonwealth Picker shirt.
Yeah.
That'll be pretty good. And that's badcatcoffeecompany.com. Commonwealth is the code, all caps, and
Don't forget to get your sticker at commonwealthpicker.com.
just have to mention this, and I saved it. I've had it for a while, so hopefully you don't think I'm rude keeping it. Plus, it took a while to get here. I got to tell you, media mail sometimes takes forever. And this was the most thoughtful letter. I just thank you so much, and I appreciate it. And I'll just summarize really quick, and if you want to read it, you can kind of pause it on there and blow it up. You can read it, but the story, you know, he's a history teacher. Excuse me, he's an educator, not a history teacher. But he taught little elementary school kids, and then he quit for a while during the pandemic to teach his own kids. And then instead of going, you know, he started an eBay business, and then quickly figured out he could make more money on eBay than he could as a teacher. He says, but that's not too hard to do since they don't make that much money. Great story. Thank you so much. And thank you for the invitation. I do appreciate that. And I need to file, you know, people invite me all the time. I feel bad not, you know, at least telling people when I'm in town, but you just, you know, it's hard. But thank you. And I've never been to Kansas City. Love to go there. And I would love to visit the Negro Hall of Fame. This is an awesome gift. The book itself was cool. You know, Buck O'Neill, if you don't know who he is, I'm not going to get into the history, but he died, I think, maybe 10, 15 years ago, and they're inducting him to the Hall of Fame now. And he, quite an interesting character. I mean, just that smile tells it all. If you haven't seen the Ken Burns baseball special, he's all over it, and he's amazing. And look at this. Autographed by Buck O'Neill, 1998. So cool. I love it, love it, love it. So thank you very, very much, Stevens McClure. I really do appreciate that. Hey, it won't seem like this to you, but this is a little later, obviously. I guess I'm in a different shirt. But actually, by the time you hear this, I will have been on vacation for 4 days and back. And then we'll be back on track. The next video will be, you know, a little while after I film it the next day or a few hours after I film it. So having said that, I just wanted to talk about these last few things I'm going to get out before I leave for a couple days. And this is a wristlet strap for a 31, like wallet, like a handheld purse or whatever. Clutch, is that what you call them, ladies? $7 plus shipping. This one right here, I don't remember how much I'm selling. $10.99 plus shipping for the Discovery, where the kid figures out Santa Claus is, you know, his dad. Either that or Santa Claus is having an affair with his mom, one or the other. I can't, you know, what face is that? I don't know much about that one. I just remember that dresser being in my great-grandparents' house or something close to it. That thing would be worth a lot of money today too. This one was $12.99 free ship, maybe plus ship. I'll have to check. $52 for this VHS right here plus shipping. Believe it or not, this one is going to go out priority mail. These smaller ones you can get to go out priority mail if you're careful in the way you package it, and it won't go over 1 cubic foot. The key is to reduce size here. So to put a little bit of padding underneath it and a little bit more above it, and to get it to shrink down to, like, say 6 inches or 7 inches, and then the length being about 19 inches, and then going this way, like, I don't know, you can get it like 12, 13, something like that. And you can get it just under a cubic foot. This is only going to cost me $11.60 to ship out. And usually any bigger than this, it's going to end up going UPS or FedEx. And sometimes these are even cheaper to do it that way. Another book, $7.99, free ship. And in case you care, that Disney Princess PlayStation 2 is $12.99, free shipping. Quick, before I forget, a quick thank you to Remy. Got a Titleist hat. I signed that one. Matt signed this one, Part-Time Pickers hat. And this is all headed your way. And just know, Remy, that more than half of the proceeds, more like 80% of the proceeds on this one, are going to end up with Katie Reed's and end up there in, is it Michigan, I think, in a local humane society of which I can't pronounce. And we've already sent the money up there. So thank you so very much for that. We like to help little critters out like this. We give to our little humane society here. and then the local shelter in the little town not too far away. And we do, you know, through Bad Cat Coffee and a bunch of stuff in the CommonwealthPicker.com store. So thank you very, very much. And thank you for the kind words. We appreciate it. And, you know, New Year's, y'all. Happy New Year's. And get your resolutions coming. Next video, we'll talk about that probably. And they like the paws, Sophie. Not these paws. They like this paws. Last time I didn't do the paws, and they didn't like it. Thank y'all for joining us, and we can't wait to see you next time.